Okay, let's start with a big idea. What if your next AI assistant wasn't just a thing you give commands to, but something that actually learned from you, something that remembered your habits and just got smarter over time? Well, that's the real question at the center of a huge showdown happening in the AI world right now. And this isn't just about a few features. This is a clash of philosophies over what a personal AI should even be.
Yeah, we're talking about moving way beyond simple chatbots. We're getting into the territory of persistent learning intelligence that lives with you. This is the core idea driving the battle between Hermes Agent and OpenClaw, two of the absolute hottest open-source agent platforms out there. And let me tell you, they are trying to win in completely different ways.
And that really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today. Are we heading towards a future of AI assistance that's all about orchestration, like a universal remote for every single app you use? Or is the future about evolution, a digital mind that actually grows and develops right alongside you? Let's dig in.
So first up, let's take a look at Hermes Agent. This one comes from Nos Research, and its whole philosophy is that it's not just a tool, it's a developing intelligence, an evolving mind.
And look, the goal here is pretty ambitious. Hermes isn't designed to be just some fancy wrapper for a language model. No, it's designed from the ground up to be an agent that grows with you, one that becomes more and more valuable the longer you use it. It's meant to be a core piece of your personal infrastructure, always on, always learning.
So what's the secret sauce here? Well, at its heart is this really powerful idea called the self-improving learning loop. Now, this isn't just about remembering facts. This is about the agent taking its experiences, the tasks you give it, and turning them into reusable skills that it can then tweak and improve all on its own. Just imagine, right? You teach it your specific way of summarizing articles, and with every single one you give it, it actually gets better at matching your style without you having to tell it again.
So here's how that actually works in practice. First, you give it a task. Second, it gains experience by solving it. Third, and this is the magic part, it autonomously creates a skill based on that solution. And finally, the next time a similar task comes up, it doesn't start from scratch. It uses that skill and refines it. It is literally learning by doing.
And all of this is possible because of how it's built. It has persistent memory, so it never forgets who you are or what you like between sessions. It's got that autonomous skill creation. It even builds a model of you to get better at personalizing things. For the really tough jobs, it can spin up and delegate tasks to sub-agents. Oh, and it's got a built-in scheduler for automations. The whole thing is designed to live on a server, always ready to go.
And believe me, Hermes is not standing still. It is maturing, and it's maturing fast. The latest versions have added serious, platform-level features like user profiles, Docker support to make it super easy to set up, and way more messaging options. This thing is clearly evolving from a cool experiment into a seriously robust platform. So how does this evolving mind stack up against the competition?
All right, so that's the challenger. Now let's talk about the reigning champ when it comes to reach and pure ecosystem power, OpenClaw. If Hermes is the evolving mind, think of OpenClaw as the ultimate command center, connecting your AI to absolutely everywhere.
OpenClaw's whole identity is built around being a self-hosted gateway. Look, it absolutely exploded in popularity for one simple reason. It made that dream of having an AI assistant in your pocket totally real. It lets you link your favorite messaging apps, we're talking WhatsApp, Telegram, Slack, dozens more, to one central AI that you control.
So how does it do all that? Well, its power really comes from this gateway architecture. The best way to think about it is like an air traffic control tower for your AI. It's this central control plane that manages all your conversations, routes all your requests, and plugs into all your different tools. And that's what lets a single assistant talk to you seamlessly across all these different platforms.
And if you need any proof of just how massive OpenClaw is, you only need to look at one number: 344,000. That's its star count on GitHub. That is just huge. It means there's a massive, super active community, which translates to endless tutorials, more plugins than you can count, and an incredible amount of support.
So yeah, its strengths are pretty obvious, right? It has unparalleled reach across every messaging app you can think of. It's incredibly modular. You can extend it with all sorts of tools and plugins. And of course, it has that massive community support. It's really designed to feel like your personal operations layer, a true command center for your entire digital life.
Okay, so we've met our two contenders, the evolving mind versus the universal gateway. Let's put them right next to each other and see how this really shakes out.
So this table really lays out the trade-offs pretty clearly. Hermes is all in on that self-improving agent, but its ecosystem is still the new kid on the block. OpenClaw, on the other hand, has this massive ecosystem and universal reach, but its learning is more manual. You have to explicitly tell it what its skills are in configuration files. And look, both of them have a bit of a learning curve to set up, just for very different reasons.
And this, right here, this is the fundamental philosophical divide we've been talking about. It really comes down to this. Do you want an agent that feels like a developing mind, something that learns and adapts as you use it? That's Hermes. Or do you want a super powerful control plane that just connects your AI to everything and everyone? Well, that's OpenClaw.
But of course, there's an elephant in the room we have to talk about, right? The whole OpenAI connection. The creator of OpenClaw now works at OpenAI. So does that give it some kind of unbeatable advantage?
So the answer here is, well, it's a little complicated. It's not a simple yes or no. Yes, it absolutely matters for momentum and credibility, there's no denying that. But, and this is a big but, it doesn't automatically make OpenClaw a better product for your specific needs right now. The project is still open and independent under a foundation, so the choice still comes down to the tech itself, and which philosophy, gateway, or mind is a better fit for you.
And this leads to a really interesting trend that's starting to pop up. Hermes is now actually offering official tools to help people migrate directly from an OpenClaw setup over to their platform. Now that's a pretty clear signal that they see a big opportunity to win over users who love OpenClaw's connectivity, but are now hungry for the kind of self-improvement and memory that Hermes is promising.
So where does that leave us? This brings us to the final part of our breakdown, because at the end of the day, the real winner of this showdown, well, that's going to be decided by you and what you want your personal AI to become.
So let's boil it all down. What's the ultimate choice here? If your number one priority is having the most powerful, most connected gateway with a massive, ready-to-go ecosystem right now, OpenClaw is the undisputed king. But if you're more captivated by the vision of an agent that truly learns, remembers, and improves the more you use it, then Hermes is paving the clearest path to that future. And really, that leaves you with one last, really deep question to think about. The future of personal AI is being built as we speak, out in the open. And the question for you is, what kind of future do you want to build? Do you want an assistant that is simply everywhere you are? Or do you want one that truly evolves with you? The choice is yours.